Radio. Listen, you don't want to miss the Dear Auntie letter, the prizes, the giveaways, and the community conversation. It's lit, it's fire, it's a flame, it's off the chain with my homegirl Fatima Matthews. So lit, I had to call it Fatima Friday, so I say it again, like I said it before. TGIFF.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Fatima Fridays, and guess what? It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. So welcome. It's Fatima Friday, hence I am Fatima, and I am the CEO of Strong Heart to Soul Incorporated, a business here where we educate, prevent, and work to eradicate heart disease in underserved communities. So today we have a very special guest, Mr. Jacab Fleming Sr. So we'll be discussing a lot of different situations with him about where he's from, how he came to Niagara Falls, how he got involved with community justice and all that different kind of stuff. We're also going to talk a little bit about relationships and things of that nature, and the Juneteenth celebration that's coming up. So we are going to get in his business a little bit. You know how I do. So I hope he's ready. Buckle up. We all have family around here. So Ben Frank gonna hit us off with some music, and we'll be right back. You learned it a lot from me.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley, and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.
Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer. That's what the tobacco industry said about us. But what does it say about them? That they'll do anything to recruit new smokers. Like using menthol flavors to make products smoother and better tasting, so they're easier to start and harder to quit. In other words, menthol is not just a flavor. It's a way for big tobacco to attract and addict us. And there's nothing just about it. Take action at notjustmenthol.org.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here in Jack Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
I've never heard that one, but okay, we back, y'all. That was a good one. Buffalo is the biggest living room, and Niagara Falls is the biggest bedroom. Okay, I get it because it's so small, but we fit a little bit of everything up in there. I get it. I get it. So, like I said today, guys, we have a special guest, Mr. Jacab Fleming Sr., who is the lead for our Juneteenth festival right here in Niagara Falls, New York. And he is also a media studies student at Buffalo State University. So when did you, I know we were talking a little bit about Buffalo State, because I also went to Buffalo State College and was a media, well, I just graduated, a media student as well. And it's funny because we never crossed paths.
Right.
So this is our first time ever really meeting. We face to face anyway. So that's cool. But we are from the same cloth, kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of,
Buff State.
The state,
black,
them Bengals.
Buff State,
yes, Buff State for life.
We got you on lacrosse.
Yeah, all across. And do they got a swim team too, though?
But I think they get ready to cancel.
Oh, really?
But now they getting men's volleyball, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And in fact, this year, to do my Newman Civic Fellow, you got to be there for the whole year.
Okay.
And so what I did, I took up a minor in coaching.
Oh, so you're gonna be coaching some teams?
Yeah, I'm gonna learn the coaching, and then that's where I get to boss people around. So
you like to boss people around, huh?
I don't like it, but sometimes it can be
enjoyable.
Sometimes we all like every now and then to tell somebody, listen, this is what you got to do. But the real thing with coaching is, I think I haven't done it yet in an official capacity. But the thing with coaching that I think that I'm going to like is working with people to see if I could pull the best out of them in a particular situation.
Okay.
The only coaching I ever did was funny. I was at Essex County College back in like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a student there, and they had this intramural thing. And so it was a group of Crips, and they were playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you didn't know they were Crips, but they were Crips.
Oh, okay.
I know they were Crips.
At the college.
At Essex County College.
Okay. Yeah. The Crips was at college. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the Bloods was there too.
Oh God, the gangsters was getting the education.
I almost got jumped by the Bloods and the Crips.
What?
So I snuck out like a side door. It was all
wow.
Reality show. Nobody knows about that part.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're still here with us today.
Oh my God, man, that was a crazy time. And shout out to the dude who was actually the head of the Bloods at that time. It was because he saw me, and when I explained to him what I was doing, he thought I was in there trying to start some ruckus. But when I talked to him and I explained to him what I was doing, he was like, "Okay, man, I'm gonna just make sure I let the homies know it's all good. Take the light off." I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So exactly what were you trying to do? Because you didn't get to that part.
So it was Bloods and Crips game to like stop the violence. Game.
Okay, stop the violence.
Show called The Bricks. I don't know if you're familiar.
The Bricks.
Yeah, and it was
never heard of
it. Was about Cory Booker being elected.
Okay.
Something like that, and they were having this game for like a peace rally game.
Okay.
So what happened, somehow it had got canceled. And I was mad. And at this time I used to drink. I still used to drink. So I was mad because I was going to get to work the scoreboard. Always to work the scoreboard at a game.
He wanted to work the scoreboard.
Always, that was like my dream. And so
right.
I was sitting there, I was getting ready to work the scoreboard. And then they canceled the game.
Oh man.
And so
a dream deferred.
Yeah, I took that to heart. And in the show, it actually had the guy, Street Doctor. That was the guy who was mad, like he was all upset or whatever, and he was yelling. And as long as you don't put your hands on me, I don't care what you say. My mother, my dog, my girl, whatever.
Right.
As long as you don't put your hands on me. But anyway, so long story short, the peace rally almost turned into
a violence,
a
violent affair.
Me being mutilated.
Oh
Because
no!
the whole hallway was filled. And you know what? This is what's really weird about this, right? The entire time we're being recorded. The entire time, because the whole thing, I watched it on the thing. It's called The Bricks. It was like season 2. You look up the game. I didn't see not one camera out there the entire time.
But they was recording it.
They was recording.
They wanted your real reaction. They don't want you to be acting because you on camera.
So yes, and so for all of my conspiracy theorists, I'm breaking this fourth wall right now. For all my conspiracy theorists, yes, they can be watching you, and you have
no idea.
None.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it, I'm like, they got me. Like I'm walking in, I got my little bag, and I'm seeing myself from the side, and people are walking up, and I'm like, and so the thing is, like I used to do hip hop, like back in the day. So
you was an artist?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name was Bushman.
Bushman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a promo played on 98.7 Kiss FM.
Oh, Wendy Williams back in the day.
Right now that she done went all crazy.
I remember William. I remember her in Philadelphia. Yeah. She was back in Philly back in the day. See, I go way back. She was in Philly before she was in New York. I go way back, bruh.
So she wrote a book, and she said, in her book, she had a whole minute of radio silence because she was getting hot. Can you imagine a whole minute in New York City?
Yeah.
At 8:30 at night, people thought something was wrong with the station. Like everybody's like, where's Kiss FM? And so she had got in trouble for that. That's what ended up leading to her going to Hot 97. But then she ended up going back. Yeah, and I never knew that Kiss would lose to BLS. For all my New York, New Jersey heads, I always, because BLS was much older than Kiss. But when Kiss came out, that was the hip hop.
Yeah.
And everything. That was when we was listening to Dire Straits and we was listening to Tears for Fears. That was before we had our own station. That was before we had
that. Yeah, because I remember Tears for Fears. Yeah. That was way back.
Shout, let it on.
Yeah. Frank don't know that song. No, he young. He mad young.
I got a buddy. He never heard free, set down, free. He never heard that by Sting, free.
I don't remember that one. I don't know. I don't remember no Sting. I used to be like Tiffany. No, and yeah, I remember that song.
Well, that's
the wrong group though. Okay, you showing your age, sir.
To my sisters from another mister, my brother from another mother, aka my Caucasian people, I'm sorry. There's no way you should ever get Sting and the Police mixed up.
Yeah. They're gonna come after you. Don't cancel Fatima Fridays, because I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No, don't cancel my Suburban card.
Your Suburban card. Yo, you gotta have both. You gotta have both.
Dual citizenship.
Yeah, absolutely. Do some code switching and all that good stuff.
Yes.
So you done talked about New York. You done talked about Jersey. Tell us where you from.
Well, I'm actually from East Orange, New Jersey.
East Orange.
How you know somebody? See how you say that? How you know somebody from East Orange? They say it's all one word. So I'm telling y'all the secret. Don't try to fake like you from East Orange. If you from East Orange, you say East Orange. But people who aren't from there, they say East Orange.
They break it down, break it up.
Yeah, but we say it's one word, East Orange. Okay. So that's actually where I'm from. I'm from Tremont and Sanford, a couple blocks from the VA hospital.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so I went to school around in St. Joe's.
So you went to Catholic school?
I went to Catholic school starting in 4th grade.
4th grade.
Yeah, and I made it all the way to 10th grade.
Before they kicked you out?
Well, what happened? My grades kicked me out. Yeah, because what happened, and this is Mental Health Month for me.
Absolutely.
And so I had lost my uncle. My favorite uncle had died. He
was
no. I loved him more than I loved Michael Jackson. Now, I don't know.
No, wait a minute. You love somebody more than Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I loved him more than Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Because now
I don't know.
You have to understand. I don't know how old you are, but I'm not going to ask.
I'm gonna ask you, but keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be 51 in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, 72, I was born. So, back in the 80s, after the off the wall mic, and we got the Thriller mic.
So
We
what?
got the Jerry curl.
What?
You
The
know, from
Pepsi
Asda,
commercial?
the Pepsi commercial.
What?
On fire mic.
Yeah.
And we was like, yo, did Michael Jackson really just get caught
On fire. Yeah, I was
Like,
devastated.
We was ready to go. do
Devastated.
something with Pepsi.
Yes, we was
They
not
don't
drinking
even
no
understand.
more Pepsi.
Because nobody has ever seen an invasion like this ever, because
Mhm.
we had buttons. We had
The leather jacket, the red joint.
Listen, I wanted a Jerry. I was like, you ain't getting no Jerry curl.
Not going to that Catholic school.
Yeah. So no, it was just because I had good hair. You can't. But it took me a long time to tell this story. I love Michael Jackson so much, right? My mother had bought me a pair of fake leather pants, right? And so whenever Billie Jean would come on, I would run to the closet real quick, throw on my fake leather pants, and I would put pieces of notebook paper on the floor.
Oh, so you could be walking.
The floor was like, you know,
that's
like,
crazy.
They don't understand.
That's crazy, yo.
They don't understand it. And Mike had buttons. Yo, I love Michael Jackson so much. It was this girl. Her name was Shelly. She looked like Michael Jackson. She looked like she could be Ruby.
Look like Michael Jackson.
But dark skin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a light skinned friend that look like Michael Jackson. Yeah. What is that? I got a dark skinned friend that look like Michael Jackson. Oh my God.
And so this and the betrayal that happened with me and Shelly, right? So I had a friend. And so we both was like really, really fat, right? We were the two fat boys. And then we had another guy named Jeffrey.
Okay.
He made the third fat boy.
Okay. So the fat boys, absolutely. I went to the concert.
Okay. You went to the concert?
Yes, the Get Fresh concert. Absolutely. It was a Fat Boys. It was Fat Boys. What's the other group with the white boys? No.
Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys, the Fat Boys, LL Cool J. It was like 87. They came to Buffalo. They came to the Odd. I was 7 years old, like, and I was there. Fresh Fest. Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah.
So you ain't? Did you see JD dancing out there?
I don't remember JD. That's where he did, but I don't remember him. Yeah.
What's Houdini?
I don't remember. I just was out. I love the Fat Boys and LL Cool J, so that's why I was there.
You know Houdini in the one song they said, "It's at the Fresh Fest. I'm busting out." When the DJ what's his name? He does his first rhyme ever.
I don't remember that one.
Funky beat, and he be like, well, anyway. But in my head's that they know.
Yeah, okay. The hip hop heads.
So the reason I said Michael Jackson was because, and I'm gonna go to this, and then I'm gonna get back to Shelly. So I'm gonna get to Shelly. So me and Shelly. So all right. So my one dude, we was always in competition. So me and Shelly had it rigged where I was supposed to ask her to be my girl. She was supposed to say yeah, and I could just mess with my boy all day. I asked her, she said no.
Oh man, Shelly.
Shelly,
if you out there, what you do that for, yo?
Right, but here's the thing. I learned a good lesson early, man.
Can't trust them.
Can't trust them. I'm gonna say you can't trust them H's. You just can't trust people. You just can't trust people.
Listen.
You just can't trust people. You know what I'm saying?
Can't trust some people. You're right.
You just can't, because sometimes you can't trust yourself.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. That's
a
a whole other.
That's for the other.
Yeah.
That's for next Friday. I'm coming back. We're gonna do the.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so back to the Michael Jackson. So it was mental health, and I lost my favorite uncle, favorite person in the world. I'm talking about, like, I can think about it now and get sad. And
yeah.
cry and all that stuff. But so if I was an actor, that would be my subtext. Like you into acting, your subtext, and I need to cry.
You would think about your uncle.
Subtext. And that's the only subtext I'm giving y'all.
Uh-huh.
Don't learn about all my other subtexts.
Shelly was one of them. Look, Shelly was one of them.
She wasn't my subtext. I wouldn't even use her for nothing. Like it doesn't move me like that.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I could have probably used her for myself. But so I lost my uncle, and I didn't even realize this until later that I was rebelling, and I was upset that I lost him. So in that, I went from being an honor student, the only student in my whole 8th grade class to make honors at Immaculate Conception. Everybody else went to the B class. And at that time, we took an IQ test, and I think I had a 135 at that time. It's not the same anymore because I'm taking IQ last night. You lose it. But one of the things that make you lose your IQ is the music you listen to. So I was back then, Fizz and all that. Now, I listen to Lil Wayne every now and then.
Lil Wayne. What about no Mozart? You don't listen to Mozart?
I do sometimes, but that if you want to get the highest scores on the SAT, you listen to classical music.
Yeah.
That generates the highest score. And they did a study on it, I believe, at MIT or something like that. And so I'm rebelling. I get kicked out because I failed more than 2 classes. And it was so annoying because they sent out these letters over the summer. God bless my mom and how sweet she was. And she was just, Jake, they sent you another letter. You may be able to go back to school. I said, Ma, can I go back to school? I failed. Out. I'm going to East Orange High School, which was like a prison.
Compared to
it was a prison compared to society.
What? It was that bad?
It was that bad. It was a prison. It was like being in jail. But
you can go home.
You can go home. You can leave when you want. And I didn't flourish too well in that type of environment.
Yeah, coming from a private school, Catholic school to that. True. You got too much freedom.
And then plus, I was coming from a 2-parent house. I'm talking about when I was 11, I had a VCR, my own phone number. See, I don't understand about them having your own.
Yeah, yeah.
Good and bad.
I'm about to say, young men having their own VCR, I can imagine.
I was taping a lot of BET.
Yeah, I bet.
Taping a lot of BET. So, I mean, of course, the things that men do, but that was very few and far between. Because you had to be over 18 back in those days.
Yeah.
80 years that kind of paraphernalia. But so I ended up failing and had to go to public school. So yeah, that was my story.
That's cool. I mean, I've never went to a private school. I've always been in public, but my children have both went to private schools. So very expensive, very, very expensive. What? How much?
$850.
Wow. I
wish they made it go up 50 every year. It's like 4,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this school is making $1 million now. Like,
absolutely. And then, but college is out of control expensive too. Because when I think about all the loans that I have from the last 10 years, it's just crazy.
I've taken out extra loans so I can enjoy my life while I'm in college, so that I could remain a full-time student.
Yeah.
Last semester, now I've been in school this is my 10th semester.
Okay.
Right. I made the dean's list 8 straight semesters. I missed it on the 9th. One of my teachers
screwed you.
No.
She died?
No. God bless her.
Oh.
She gave me a 90. She gave me a 90. I had an 84, but she upped me to
a 90. That was
beautiful nice. Beautiful lady. I don't want to say, I can't say her name, but she is so sweet. And if you happen to be checking this out, thank you so much. You really are the best teacher thus far. We were having a debate. I had another teacher who I said was the best for a different reason.
But now she the best because she upped you.
Well, but see, this is the thing. Only thing the reason I said she's the best is she upped me. She didn't just give me a grade. What it was is she excused my lateness because I had some issues. So it was was 2 assignments that I turned in really, really late. Now, when I say really late, I'm not talking really late like normal, like it was due on Monday.
You turned it in
on Friday. No, I'm talking about it was due in March, and I turned it in before the last week of the semester.
Oh.
Right. So I was lucky that she even took
it. You was.
And she she raised my grade from an 84 to a 90 because the 2, and she had only penalized me for 2 assignments. She didn't even get me for everything. And I was just like, could you please? But
they do have hearts. They give you an eye or something, right?
No, they got this new system where you have to have your phone for your second
authorization. Yes. I hate that.
But now this is the first time. I don't even know why I did this. I wanted to move the garbage can for some strange reason. So I go in my house. I think I lost my phone. Like it fell off my lap or something. I can't find it. The battery. I'm noticing the battery's going down on the Google. I run out. I go buy a phone because you can't do nothing without
it. Right. That's how I feel right now. I can't do nothing without my phone.
The phone was in my basement.
Oh man, the whole time.
But I used the Google thing, it never rang. And so anyway, so long story short, I had that happen, and Metro didn't want to give me a phone. Like I had got a replacement phone. Then they sent the frapping phone back. Because they told me I took too long to come get it.
What?
Yes.
These companies be on some stuff.
Yes.
They be on some stuff.
And I filed something with the consumer protection people. Never heard nothing from them. I did get another phone. So maybe it had an effect, but I just want to thank the people over that Universal Wireless because my man
hooked you up.
Got me straightened out. Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
For that.
Shout out to Universal.
Yeah, shout out to Universal Wireless. This would be a whole different conversation.
Right.
My phone. I'll be saying boycott South, but we ain't gonna say boycott them because they did an excellent job.
Oh, that's good. That's dope. Yeah. So Big Frank gonna hit us up with some music. And we're going to be right back at Fatima Fridays. Woo!
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here in Jack Faith Hope Love. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
TQ, I am. The Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers, Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.
They cut you.
All right, y'all. We back. Fatima Fridays is in the building. And y'all already know it's a party. It's a party. It's a party. And we are here with Jacab Fleming Senior.
What's up? What's up?
Make sure you say that senior.
Because Junior will be here for the Juneteenth.
Oh, word. I get to meet him.
It's gonna be a Juneteenth.
Okay, Juneteenth.
Yeah, Juneteenth.
Now, how old is Junior?
Junior is 19.
Okay.
Yeah, 19,
So
going on a butt whooping.
So are you single teenage ladies out there? No, I'm kidding. I don't know if he's single or not, but
he's single when he ain't married.
Okay.
So he's that single, but
yeah.
I don't know. He got I don't know what's going on these days.
Don't be putting this business out there.
I don't know what's going on these days. I'm his daddy.
Right.
He has
so he
no
only
business.
telling you certain things.
No, we have a great relationship. Like he told me a lot of good stuff. I got good relationship. Like my daughter.
Mm-hmm. How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 20. I want to say 5-ish. I know when her birthday is, July 1st, 1998. So if I take the time, so she'll be 25.
In a couple days. In a couple weeks.
See.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Boy, I thought of those numbers quick.
Real quick.
But I had a great relationship with my daughter. My daughter came and told me first when she had her first love affair.
Oh.
Nobody else knew. Everybody else thought that she was still Mother Mary.
Mm-hmm.
But she came and told me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because we had that relationship. And it was so funny because nobody else knew, but I knew.
Yeah.
And it was
Were
just
you mad?
like, no, I wasn't mad. I asked her.
How old was she?
She was like, I want to say, I'm not sure if she was an adult or not. But I said
on the cusp of being.
I think she was like maybe 9. I can't remember, but I asked her. I said, was it consensual?
Mm-hmm.
She said, yeah. I said, were you intoxicated? She said, no. I said, did you wear protection? She said, yeah. Hey. I'm Gooch. Like, what can I do?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. I just know a lot of gentlemen, men. They have this double standards when it comes to their daughters and their sons. To the throat. So I have a daughter who's 14 years old, and I also have a son who's 22 years old. So yeah. So her, my children's father unfortunately passed away, but he was so
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he was so adamant about what his daughter can't do.
Right.
And his son, it was like, yeah, go ahead, cool, you cool.
Nah, but the thing about it is too though, like me being a young dad, I was a dad before I was 17. Well, when I turned 17, so I want to thank Uncle Trump for not letting child support take all of our stimulus money. Thank you, Uncle Trump. But no, but because I had never
right now.
I had never received a tax return because I always owed child support. So I say that to say because I it was no like, nah, this ain't my kid or none of that. And plus, you always admit it's your kid first. Because then if you get backed up on your child support, that's your get out of jail free card.
Oh, that's how
there was never a DNA test done.
Oh, I never knew that.
Right. So, but anyway, That's for the following Friday. Fatima's paternal and fraternal.
We're gonna do some DNA
We're gonna do
tests
some
around
Dana. We're gonna
here.
get some Dana going on up here. But no, but what I was gonna say was, so I always owed money from being young, being stupid, not wanting to be a father. So I'm just saying, a son can be detrimental for a son to be having sex early and have kids at a young age, because that can be financially crippling to a son too, especially if it's a son that cares about his children.
It could be crippling to a woman.
No. We already know, because once a woman has a child, she ain't like me. I got the freedom. I could be like, okay, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
She can't do that.
No,
she got to stay there. So it's definitely in this society with the prices and everything, a single mother, 2 children falls under what is called financial suicide, because it's so hard to take care of a child. And I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, I am so fortunate to have been a man in my situation, because I know for a fact, it's like, I don't know if I could have did what these mothers did. And I take my hats off to I have 3 children's mothers. I have
3 baby children.
Mamas? Well, I have 2 baby mothers and an ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
It sounds better that way.
Sounds better. Yeah,
I have a child with an ex-wife, and I have 2 baby mothers.
Okay.
And I take my hats off to them, because there's just no way that I could have done. There's no way I could have done everything that I'm doing now and have had that not burden, because that sounds so bad, but have that responsibility that would have turned into a burden, because I would have wanted to go chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I did have my kids, like on the weekend, we was chilling. We going to the movies. I'm going to go visit all my girls. You know what I'm saying? Like,
taking the kids with you?
I was taking my son with me, because I was 18. And I'm telling you, you get so many chicks when you got your kid with you, and they see that, oh, he's such a good dad. Like, I thought that a kid would have slowed me up, but
it didn't.
Not at all. It got a lot, and it also helped me with the people at that time that was my friends. I knew who was good with kids and who wasn't. Like, it was like kind of like a. It was kind of like a crash test dummy. Let me bring this baby around and see what this girl do. You know what I'm saying? See how she reacts.
Terrible.
Yeah, well,
it's okay though. It's okay. I mean, that was the past.
Right.
We've all learned and matured and grown.
That's true.
So now you
and besides, and now I got grandkids too.
I'm about to be a grandmother. Oh I am about to be a grandmother next month.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
It is exciting.
And I just cannot wait for little
first
Deuce.
One.
Yes, my first grandchild. It's a boy. I don't know what his name is yet, but I'm calling him Deuce.
Okay.
That's just what Deuce. It is.
We're going to call him Deuce too when we meet. Hey, what's up, little Deuce?
Little Deuce. That's what it is. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from.
Came from you.
Right. I don't know why I thought of that, but yeah, Deuce.
Yeah. That's so I mean, the grandkids are really truly a blessing, because like now that I'm in my 50s, my whole outlook on life, of course, is different. And then your whole outlook on parenting is different. Because when I was younger, you got more energy, like to whip kids and all that. Like now, it's just like, please, just don't break nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just don't break nothing. Put it back. I'm good.
I'm the
nothing in
cool
my toilet.
auntie. Everybody love coming to my house. All the kids want to spend the night. This, that, and that, which is cool. I love it actually. But I notice now, I'll say within the last year or so, that noise gets on my nerves now. Like any little piece of noise.
Yes.
I'm like, sit y'all butts down. Like, I don't want to hear no extra noise. And I remember, my aunts and uncles back in the day being like, y'all sit down, but y'all being too loud. That's me now. Like, I'm sit down. Why is y'all making so much noise?
You know who I turned into?
Who?
I turned into the disgruntled old man on the back of the bus. Like, remember the disgruntled old man on the back of the bus? I don't ride the bus anymore, but when I was in Charlotte, it was like around 2011, and I had to catch the bus. And I got on the back of the bus, and all these kids making all this frapping noise.
Yeah.
And that was right when headphones was just starting to hit the scene with your cell phone, listening to music. And I just remember, and all I could do was think back to, it was this one black guy. I remember he just looked like, if I could just kill every kid on this bus. He just sticks with me. And I just remember being that guy, turning into, I'm on the back of the bus like, don't these kids, don't they sit down? Y'all ain't got to make all that noise. They think everything, because we used to do this. You think, oh, the whole world want to hear your conversation. Some people still do it on their cell phone.
Yeah, they do.
I don't care what
you got to say.
I remember when we was on Facebook. Facebook first came out, and I was texting on there because this girl, she was telling her whole conversation. I said, why people gotta be on a bus? And then I'm texting everything. I said, well, I found out that Leroy punched such and such in the face and such and such and such and such. I don't know none of these people, but I found all of this out now, and it's just like, man, nobody cares about you like you. Like, it's funny when I first started the newspaper, and I would get all of these calls from people who think like this is news. And you have to tell them, this is not news.
Not
like
newsworthy.
You bump your toe, it's like, oh, poor Fatima. Hope she's ready for next Friday.
Right.
Beyonce bumps her toe. It's news,
right?
Because that's Queen Bey. That's Queen B.
Absolutely, we on Beyonce internet right now.
So for you to be, so for it to matter for you, you got to at least lose the whole toe. It can't just be you bumped it, you know. And so I just think that we as people, we think that we're a lot more important
than we really are.
Right. Now some
Facebook
people
has made that even worse.
Yeah, social media definitely. And it's crazy. Like, my question is, like, don't kids want to get away with breaking the law? Like, they all record themselves. Like, when I was coming up, our objective was to do this, get away with it, so we could do it again.
Right. Yeah,
and they
record
do.
it.
Yes,
and
they
then
record
put it on live.
Put it on live, and now they don't even got to build a case against you. You built the case against yourself.
Right. They ain't even got to work.
Yes, and I'm like before. Remember, camera in use? They used to be like the fake deterrent to keep people from. Yeah, because so you're not as young. You remember being scared of the cameras. Yo, these kids now, they like, okay, where the cameras at?
And then they waving to them.
I got one right here. And then what's up with the smiling mug shots?
I don't know. I think the officers be making them smile.
What's up with the smiling mug shots? Like, okay, you still getting just as much time. The smiling mug shot do make you look crazy, but that you ain't gonna be able to plead that.
There be people that be like trying to date them people online that they see they mug shot and they be like, oh, she's pretty.
I ain't gonna lie.
I've
seen a couple of pretty chicks, not recently, but I seen a couple. You know what I'm saying? But
would you date a girl that's in prison?
Would I? That's not. Yeah. How? You mean would I collect calls from a girl in prison?
Would you accept collect
calls?
I
helped people do their biz before, not females like my partners that got locked up.
But that's not what I asked you.
I would help a female do her bid.
You would help her do her bid.
Yeah, I help her do her bid. Help her get a couple of extra snacks from the commissary. You know, I make an outside phone call for her so she could get 3 bigs and a small. You feel me? Like
that's what they go for nowadays.
No, but in jail, like
what's
you
3
got
bigs? What's bigs?
You got the big, like a big is a large bag of potato chips. A small might be like a honey bun.
Oh.
So different because it depends on the price of the item. So the bigs go for like $3, $4. The small stuff go for like $2. Okay. So when in jail, they're like, well, how much that's gonna cost me? Oh, that just cost you 2 bigs. All right.
So you been in jail?
I'm a black man in America. I'm a black man in America that used to drink and
okay.
I told you I had 3 children, so I've been through 3 divorces. I've been through lots of domestic stuff. Not where I was beating nobody up or that, nothing like that. but people were just scared that I was gonna beat them up.
People were just
They were just scared. Yeah. I kind of like might have given them that impression, like saying I'm gonna come beat you up, but I didn't do it. But you know, but
said it. But
yeah,
really
I smashed a couple of windows before. You
bust
know,
the windows out your car.
Yeah, but see, you know, when you doing things and it's not so much like what you do. Sometimes it's who it's affecting. And so when I smashed out all of those windows,
all of the windows.
Well, it was like 4 windows.
All of the windows.
No, it wasn't
like,
all. It was a minivan.
It's only it was a minivan.
So it was more than 4 windows. Yeah. I tried to. Those headlights. They got some new kind of plastic on them.
You can't get those.
You tried it, did you? You tried it.
You don't smash the headlights.
I was like, "Bitch!" I was like, "Bitch!" It was like, "Boop."
Oh man,
let me get out of here. I ain't got my weapon no more.
Man.
No, but I was just saying when I did something stupid like that, I didn't realize I was affecting the kids.
Absolutely.
And whenever you do anything and it affects the kids,
then you got
a lot of karma to pay for
you're
that.
Out of pocket.
You got a lot of karma to pay. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So I did I did a little.
Okay. We all have back in our day. Yeah. I mean, I ain't never bust no windows.
Yeah, right.
That
I'm aware of.
That I'm admitting.
That you're admitting.
I've had windows bust.
I'll tell you, the statute of limitations is probably ran out.
I don't know. It might have been recently.
On property. Oh my God!
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
We're not gonna.
No, I've never busted.
We need you for a show, so we're
right. I gotta be here next Friday.
Yes, and the next Friday, and the next, and the next, and the next.
I've never busted any windows. I felt like busting some windows, but I never did.
Well, and then I'm so stupid. I ain't just bust the windows and leave. I'm gonna wait till the lady mother come, the girl mother, my ex mother.
So she can see you.
Yeah, so she know. Yeah. She know because you know
like
why?
Them kids with the cameras. Like
right. But it was no cameras around. But see, this was the thing.
You still wanted to be seen.
No. But here was the thing. I knew. See, the law in the state of Georgia is you can't go to jail for destroying your own property. It's not like out here. Out here, you bust windows on your own stuff. You going to jail. They're going to treat you like you busted. So there, I was like, oh, I'm good. We married. Just have my van. But I forgot about the almighty temporary protective order.
Oh,
woo! Forgot all about that. If there's violence or a threat of violence. So I say all that to say, too, if anybody ever needs any guidance in getting through the legal system with anything, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me.
You got some in deep.
I got some experience. I can help people with the child support issues. I can help women get child support.
Okay.
And I can help men
get out of child support.
Reduce their child support. Because there's a lot of new laws, like new laws that say that they have to take the mother's income into consideration. Mm-hmm. There's a new law that if you spend 1 day in jail in an entire month, you're not responsible for child support for that month.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So let's say this June, you get locked up June 30th, you get out July 1st. You don't have to pay child support for June or July. You only spent 3 days.
Just make sure you do it at the end of the month.
Don't do it at all. I gotta break this fourth wall again. Please don't do it at all. We got enough violence going on. We don't need to make our children's. We don't need to make our children become the battlefield when the parents are mad at each other.
Absolutely.
And I didn't know how true that was until later. I realized that I was doing that. Although I did want to see my child because I remember it was one judge, not one judge, but it was this other person that you see, like a mediator or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're judges, but they're like judges in other counties or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, we're going to see if this is really about the child or that. I'm like, damn, I just want to see my son. I ain't got nothing else to do. Mm-hmm. I ain't got no job. I just want to spend time with my child. You know what I mean? And it's just unfortunate that child support and visitation are two separate issues when it's a mother not letting you see his child and you got to pay it. Oh, but they become the same issue when it's a dad who want to see his child and he not paying child support. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's a double standard, but we live in a world of double standards.
Yeah,
So we just got to learn how to utilize the system to our advantage. So yeah.
I agree with you. I think it's not always fair for the fathers. I never had, thank God, a child support issue or violence issue or custody issue. Thank God, I never had to deal with any of that. But I have seen a lot of people who have, and I've always, because I didn't have my father in my life, I feel like I'm always kind of cheerleading for the dad sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like I know it's a lot of guys out there who just ain't crap, but if you are a little bit of crap and you want to, see your kid,
right,
you should be able to have a relationship with your child.
Now it's funny you say that, right? Because in one of my escapades, I was in Cobb County, and Judge Bloom. I love Judge Bloom. Judge Bloom. That's because one time I was on the elevator, and I was like, what floor are you going to? And she said 3, and then I turned. Judge Bloom, Mr. Fleming, are you staying out of trouble? I hadn't even been in her courtroom that much, and she knew my name. No, I'm just saying because usually like it's like a habitual offender. And she was like, but I did make like a lasting impression. But anyway, so I was in Judge Bloom's court, and so this lady was like, "Oh, I don't want him around my daughter. He drinks and he does drugs and." He's gonna be this, that, and the other. So Judge Bloom said, let's just say the guy's name was Lopez, because they were Hispanic and he might have been Lopez. Mr. Lopez, I'm gonna grant you visitation. You will not do drugs around your daughter, right, Mr. Lopez? Right. You will not drink around your daughter, right, Mr. Lopez? No. Okay, your visitation is gonna be every second, third, because you know why, ma'am? Because I believe a bad father in the home is better than no father in the home. She was on to something because they did a study that says that a home with a dad, a home with a single mother with no dad, there's a chance of like a male child going to jail. But a home with a dad and a mother is the same as a home with just a dad. And this was some kind of statistical thing. So please don't beat me up, women. I know y'all got a tough job out there. And it was really interesting because after I saw that and then I flashed back to Judge Bloom, I'm like, Judge Bloom was on to something.
Right.
Yeah. And I just know that they, like these children, they need their fathers. They need us. And I'm just happy that me and my son, we went through a rough time. At one point, like I was there, and then he got mad because he started thinking back to when I wasn't there. He's like, how could you choose a substance over me? Because I had dealt with some substance issues back, and because people always say, "Oh, yeah, talk about that." So I got 6 years clean. It's been 6 years. Thank you. Yeah, I don't usually just talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a touchy subject. I can get that, but that's a beautiful thing that you are clean, and I hope that you stay clean.
Well, when it's only touchy because of this, like, and you can understand people's plight. Let's say you got burnt by an addict. Or you got burnt by an alcoholic who kept constantly saying he was going to do this, do that, and never did it. Somebody else come along and say they're alcoholic, you're going to be feeling what you already been through. And the other thing is, like I always tell people, like, you don't have to wear your recovery on your shoulder.
That's true.
Everybody doesn't have to know that you went through that. Like, let a person get to know you first. And then if it comes up, because I'm going to just tell you, like 7 times out of 10, the person you talking to, they done had some problems too.
I think we all have an addiction to something. Mine is just sugar. Mine is cupcakes. Like I'm not. I haven't done a drug, but sugar could be a substance.
It is. It's our first drug. Sugar is our first drug. You got caffeine. But what I was gonna say was, in the animal world, like a squirrel is addicted to nuts. A cow is addicted to grass. Our problem is we're addicted to chemicals that we can't afford. So we're killing ourselves, and then we are financially killing ourselves. Because imagine if, like, let's say a substance like cocaine. Imagine if cocaine was like $1 for an ounce. Nobody would be broke. Everybody would be mad. People dead from overdosing, but nobody would be broke. But because it's so much, and here's the other thing. They did this study over in, I want to say it was Portugal. All drugs, all ALL drugs are legal in Portugal.
Oh.
Everything. So I don't need to list all the drugs.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to keep this family friendly. So
Right.
So what they found in Portugal is that, because what they do, if you go into a rehab in Portugal, after you come out, they give you money to finance your dream. And they got this whole idea came from, they had this rat park, right? Or mouse park, rat park, whatever. So what happened, they had a bottle, they would have bottles of water. The water would be filled with some type of substance, right? Usually cocaine or heroin. And what they found, when that was all that was there to do, they had these mice or these rats that were overdosing. So what they decided to do was build like the world's greatest rat park. So everything that a rat could possibly want to do, spin or a mouse or whatever, they made. And what they found out is that not only did
they choose other things,
but they would hardly ever even go to the drug water bottles. Wow. And so they applied this to humans, and they found out, what they found out is, if you find your purpose in life, the way the rat found its purpose in the rat park, then you have a much better chance of avoiding substances.
Now, do you think you found your purpose in life?
That's difficult to say, but I will say that I have found a purpose in life. So maybe that's how I should rephrase that. If you found a purpose.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, especially in lower communities, underserved communities, don't know how to find their purpose. Or we see certain situations and we think, oh, that's what our life is going to be like, because we haven't seen much positivity, So I think that's where that's why I personally try to take my kids vacations and see different things, different places, because I don't want them to think that their life has to evolve in Niagara Falls,
Yes,
you have to
absolutely.
get out of the four walls to actually see the rest of the world, to know it's more out there.
Break the fifth wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So when you in your little box, that's all you know is your box. It's like, so you gotta, explore the world.
You do. And so that's what inspired me to start my WNY Films, Arts and Media, which is the whole sponsor of the Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
The reason I started that, because I remember going to summer camp. I went horseback riding. That was a great experience. You riding this animal. And I remember the horse just wouldn't listen to me, and I got caught up in a tree and I hurt my thumb, because the saddle's so high, you up there, and it got caught, because we got the Western saddle, which got the horn for the rope. And so I just remember what I enjoyed as a child. And I also too, children need to be exposed to tennis, golf.
Absolutely.
So that's part of what I want to do with my program, and financial literacy.
Okay. So we're going to take a break right here, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about your programs. All right.
That was a great cut.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers, Pastor Alan R. Core. Elder Frank Hanley and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.
Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer. That's what the tobacco industry said about us. But what does it say about them? That they'll do anything to recruit new smokers. Like using menthol flavors to make products smoother and better tasting, so they're easier to start and harder to quit. In other words, menthol is not just a flavor. It's a way for big tobacco to attract and addict us. And there's nothing just about it. Take action at notjustmenthol.org.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation with me every Thursday at 1 p.m. on Fire 716 Radio.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
What's up, everybody? It's Kier here, Inject Faith Hope Love. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.
TQ, I Am, the Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
All right, guys, and we are back with Mr. Fleming Sr. And this is, y'all know, Fatima Fridays, and it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. So we missing D Money Mac. Where you at, D? But yo, so we in the building with Mr. Fleming. He has, programs. FAM, FAM. Tell us about it.
All right. So what happened? I'm always thinking about how I can make good men better, right? And I always think about what age I was could have been most influenced at, and that's like that 14 to 18. Mm-hmm. And then, so what happened after I got away from hating kids, but that hate we were talking about with like the bus, being on the back of the bus, and so I don't really hate kids because I don't want anything to get misconstrued here.
Right.
But the kids whose parents I've met, they know what I meant, because I was like, I can't stand kids. Mm-hmm. I was like, just like y'all, I'm a parent. Mm-hmm. Collectively, but individually, I love children. Because you can't hold anything against anyone individually. Mm-hmm. Now, as a group, that's a different scenario. But anyway, so I started doing the P-Tech program here at the Niagara Falls High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
so I do that.
Was accepted for that. But
is she gonna be there this year?
No, she's gonna be coming. She's coming in 9th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was just at Gaskill and they offered it to her, but she didn't think to do it.
She would have been meeting Mr. Fleming. Incoming freshman. So we do rocket science. So when people say it's not rocket science, I could say it is rocket science, right? So we do rocket science. We do engineering because I teach kids how to solder, not by myself, how to solder. Solder, it's like what's soldering, but soldering, how to solder. And so that program is 2 weeks long. So I was like, it needs to be a little bit longer. So what can I incorporate into that? I can incorporate some horseback riding. I mean, because we all know about basketball and football,
absolutely, yeah.
But tennis, golf, tennis and golf, you can play till you're 90 freaking years old, which is good. So I stay away from the soccer because of the concussions, football because of the concussions. I wouldn't lead a child into that direction. I told my son I was going to rename him Felix Lopez, and he was going to go. All he was going to do was play soccer and baseball. But I taken the soccer away. Now he can't play soccer either. The 19-year-old, he don't listen anyway, so
he can do what he want to do.
Yeah, he getting ready to start a barbecue grill shop or something, and he does car. But what he does right now, which is good.
He lives in the Falls?
No, he lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, he works for the people who do the insulin machines.
Okay.
And he's like a technician to tell people like if something is wrong. Yeah, he's customer service. And so the other part of the program is there's a formula for success. And my personal formula is time plus effort plus desire plus determination will equal success. Because how much time and how much effort you put into something, along with your determination and your desire, will determine how successful you are. So that's my formula. And when you look at the successful people, all these successful people have learned the same principles. And one of those principles are that one of our purposes in life is to be of assistance to other people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No man is an island. No woman is an island. Because we always say no man is whatever. And so what happens, what happens is Napoleon Hill was paid by, I want to say either Henry Ford or Andrew Carnegie, either one of those two people. He was paid by someone, and they wanted to know if there was actually like a formula to success. So what Napoleon Hill discovered, he discovered that there actually is. And Napoleon Hill has a lot of books, and I've taken just maybe 2% of what I've learned from Napoleon Hill, and I have elevated to a whole different level in my life. I'm not comparing myself to anyone else because success is just determined as progressively pursuing a worthwhile idea. So if you're on your track to get to whatever, you're being successful because we determine what is success and what is failure. Because the man who invented the light bulb, because it's so Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb. So whoever invented the light bulb, right?
Conspiracy theories.
But we know Nikola Tesla did so much and he don't get no credit. And Edison was the type of person to take somebody else's stuff and just remix it and tweak it. But anyway,
there's a lot of that going around.
It's a lot of that, especially nowadays. So what happens is the person who invents the light bulb, they had to be unsuccessful 99 times. And then on that 100th time, they invented the light bulb. So the other 99, what some people would call failures, were not failures because they were learning experiences. So if you classify it as a failure in your life, then it was a failure because you are saying it was a failure. But if you classify it as a learning experience, then it was a learning experience. I had bought this hoodie when I was at Paisley Park. I went to go visit all by myself. This was like I can travel by myself, but it's not the same.
Yeah, definitely not.
And it says, whatever you think you are, you are. Whatever you think is true. It's something like that. Whatever you think is true.
That's true.
And so we have to change our thinking in the sense that we have to think positive, because your mind is like soil. And if I plant poison or if I plant good stuff,
that's what's going to grow.
That's what's going to grow. The ground don't care. It's like, okay, you want poison? I'm going to get you some poison, some poison ivy. That's what you want? Here you go. And so what tends to happen is that we put so much worry into so many things for so many reasons, and it never really amounts to be the negative that we thought. And what I've learned about any vacation or any trip, any experience that we plan ahead of time, it's always going to be better or worse than what you thought. It's never going to be what you thought. It's either going to be better or worse. And I think that kind of has gotten me to the point now where I don't even pre-assume what it's going to be. I just go and enjoy it. Right. Like Nike, just do it. Yeah, exactly. And so leading back to the program, I want to teach kids at a young age how, because my mission statement is producing entrepreneurship through education, entertainment, and engineering. And nobody ever says, oh, entertainment, engineering, entrepreneurship, I could do better than, nobody is ever discriminatory towards that. And so that's my focus. That's one of the things. Yeah.
We need I always think it's great when Black men get involved with education in our school systems and just get involved with the children itself, because a lot of households don't have a positive male role model.
Right.
So when they come to school or to church and they see a positive male role model, and they connect with you, or that, they connect with each other, then that gives them a better outlook, gives a person a better outlook. I believe that's just a Fatima fact. It's not a real fact.
Ooh, that's a Fatima fact.
Yes.
On a Friday. What about fish? On a fish fry Friday with Fatima facts.
Yeah, that sounds
so.
I don't eat fish.
So,
but it's okay.
Darn. So, oh wow, yeah. And so, I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but I do know that what we think is what we become.
Absolutely.
Whatever you have your mind set on the most. Now, here's another thing. This is what I want to teach a kid, right? I want to teach a kid that if you do something for 20 minutes a day, now I say 20 minutes because it's really something like 15, right? But if you do it for 15 minutes, then you got to do it for 7 days. We all deserve a break, like Mickey D's, right? So you do it for 20 minutes a day, and then you only have to do it for 6 days. But it's called the 100-hour thing. And whatever you do for 20 minutes a day, you will be better than 95% of the rest of the world at it if you did it every day for 20 minutes. Yeah. But it's 15 according to the 100-hour rule. But I always gotta remix it. I gotta remix it because I need set because nobody's gonna go to put that puffy on it. Nobody's wants to go to the gym 7 days a week. Right. You got legs, arms, rest.
I feel you.
So
I still ain't made it to the gym, but it's okay.
It's all right. You know what though? I'm gonna tell you what I did because I'm a cheap person sometimes, right? So I actually paid the extra money to get the personal group training. And since I paid the extra money, I'm like, yo, I'm getting my money. So I injured my ankle on Sunday. So I didn't go on Monday. And I want to give a shout out to my ladies, my older ladies that will out gym half of these people. 50 minutes nonstop, bro. Wow. I could win some money on it. I'd be like, man, I'll guarantee you. When they start doing all of that stuff, 50 minutes. But anyway, so because they say you do something the same way, you get the same results. Right. So my thing was, I tried this personal training thing, but not because the other one's like $650 or something ridiculous. I try this little $50 a month, and it's been working for me. Then I have a friend who kind of is the reason why I started going to the gym, because she was like, "Did you go ride your bike today?" And I was like, "No." I was like, because something had happened and I got away. So the next day, I had no excuses. I said, "Man, I'm gonna take my butt to the gym." So I went to the gym and I got on a bike, and then I kind of like kept it up since then. But I want to give a shout out to my ladies at Sport up there in the aerobics class on Mondays and Thursdays. Yes, Mondays and Thursdays at 8. It's a great class. I'm telling you. Yes, and
I have to check it out.
Yes, and see, like I don't know if you can do aerobics, but there's something for everybody. You know, they got the bands, and I'm gonna tell you, I had injured my shoulder playing street football. Like I had played regular football, but I didn't get hurt playing regular football. I get hurt playing street football, and I had a shoulder injury. And I went there, and the guy we've been working on, man, my shoulder been feeling great. My shoulder been feeling great. Yeah. Because I'm trying to get sexy by next June. I ain't gonna make this one because that's on Monday. Back. I'm bringing sexy all the way back. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. Bringing that sexy back.
Sexy back.
Yeah.
At 52.
At 51 in September. Yeah, but by
September what?
September 19th. So anybody who wants to cash at me, y'all be looking out for me on September 19th. that's
my
new,
birthday
that's
in September
thing.
as well.
Really? Yeah. When is your birthday?
September 27th.
Oh, so you a
Libra baby. Yeah. Hey,
Libra. Ain't nothing wrong with Libra.
We the best.
Well, I will say y'all are the just.
We are the best.
The just.
That's
just all a matter of opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But so let's go back and tell us a little about the history of Juneteenth, first and foremost.
Oh, okay. So the history of Juneteenth. So what happened in 1863? Abraham Lincoln decided to sign the Emancipation Proclamation.
Absolutely.
And that was done for a number of reasons, and all of this was really strategic and planning. And one of the things that why Abraham Lincoln did it was because he didn't want England to support the South in the war. So England had already was like no slavery. And so then Lincoln said, okay, what can I do? Now, the one biggest misconception about Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation did not free all slaves. The Emancipation Proclamation only freed the slaves in Confederate states. Right. You were part of the Union. Oh, slavery was just a standard operating procedure. Absolutely. But we're going to take away your free labor in the South as the North. Which is kind of like how the North is today. Like, like we kind of try to dictate stuff to other places like that. And in America on a whole, I don't even want to get into that without getting political. So anyway, 1865 comes around. Granger decides they're going to go into Texas, into Galveston, and tell them that they're free. Now, Galveston is where everybody had ran because that's like the furthest you could go, I believe, in Texas. And that was also the capital, I believe, of the Confederacy at that time, too, because since it was so far, you had to go through everything else to get to it. So here's the other kicker, right? So they go and they tell these people that they're free. Why? Because in December 18th of the same year, the North ain't going to be able to have their slaves no more because the 13th Amendment is going to get ratified. And they want to make sure, everybody got to be free. Right. So that to me is more of why they went in there. And so when I celebrate Juneteenth, I celebrate it as a liberation for slavery. But I also just look at it like it was like the first time that a government stood up for us. And that's how I look at it. I'm not Now this year, Juneteenth has another part to it because last year was the first time it was a national holiday,
right?
right? And so we here in Niagara Falls have been celebrating Juneteenth 1 year before it was a national.
2020, right?
Right. So this year, AB 3121, Assembly Bill 3121 has been passed, and that's recognizing. That's like the start of reparations. No, it's like the start of reparations because it's recognizing and it's determining the long-term effects of slavery on people that are living now that are descendants of enslaved people. And so New York State, we got some jacked up self-defense laws. There's something else we got jacked up that I can't remember right now because it's probably so jacked up my mind's blocking it out, right? But New York State is recognizing the whole reparation argument and they've assigned a committee through this bill to look at the effects. Yeah.
Good. That's a step in the right direction.
Right.
It's been a long time coming.
Right. So that's your history on Juneteenth. So, now, if you want to know Niagara Falls history on Juneteenth,
I'm going to ask you now before we go to break. So the next question will be, what are you doing? How are you leading the spear for Juneteenth in Niagara Falls? Okay. But we're going to go ahead and get Big Frank going to hit us up first.
Yeah, let's do that so I could drink some more of my juice.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson, worship psalmist Nia Badger, speakers Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley, and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716.
Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer. That's what the tobacco industry said about us. But what does it say about them? That they'll do anything to recruit new smokers. Like using menthol flavors to make products smoother and better tasting, so they're easier to start and harder to quit. In other words, menthol is not just a flavor. It's a way for big tobacco to attract and addict us. And there's nothing just about it. Take action at Not Just Menthol.
TQ, I Am. The Queen I Am with Felicia Gaddis. Her story, her experience, her wisdom. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. at Fire 716 Radio. TQ I Am inspires, uplift, and transform. Tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
This is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I Am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
All right, guys, we are back. Fatima Fridays is in the house with Mr. Fleming's Senior. Excuse me. Got your son on my mind now. He's too young for me.
Oh, dang. I was going to tell him he got an admirer.
He's too young for me.
Really?
But I might got a sister for him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's cute too. He ain't as cute as I was at his age.
Oh my gosh.
We be having that debate. Dad, I'm cuter than you. He brought it up. He said, Dad, I'm cuter than you was when you was. I'm like, dude, you look like a little child. I look like a grown man. Like, anyway. I had a whole beard at 14.
At 14, yeah. My goodness.
When I went to freshman orientation, they all thought I was a senior.
I bet. With a beard, absolutely.
It was so many girls that was like, you can't cut them out. I said, but I'm only 14. My dad ain't gonna believe that. Like, look at you. I was like, you know what I'm saying? So
we're gonna get back to the Juneteenth.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us what's going on in Niagara Falls first and foremost.
Okay, so the day of June 19th, 2023, we're gonna have a basketball tournament that's being sponsored by Highmark. We're going to have a parade that doesn't have a sponsor yet.
Yes.
We only got 2 days left, so that's probably not going to happen.
Well, hey, you never know. The power of radio, internet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You hear us? We need a sponsor for this parade.
We've got our flag raising that's being sponsored by Cavanta Energy. Okay. I don't know if anybody's heard of them or not.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, so we've got that. In the basketball tournament, I want to thank my man Saladin Allah because he bought us a scoreboard.
Oh, that's dope. Saladin was here.
So Atlantis School of Thought.
Absolutely, he has
been
in the building.
Am I right?
Atlantis School of Thought.
Okay. Because I'm bad with names and I don't want to give any of my sponsors the wrong shout out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have a sponsorship from KeyBank. I'm still waiting on that to see what they're going to do. But so now that I got my sponsors out the way, I'll pay my bills. So we got a parade that'll be starting. Okay, so in a perfect world, 11 o'clock, I do the flag raising. Hopefully by 11:30. Now this is going to be the first year I was going to surprise everybody, but this is going to be the first year we got an actual Union soldier.
Oh, wow.
From Fort Niagara, because this publicity for Fort Niagara too.
Yeah.
Fort Niagara Union soldier coming to read the Granger thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
That's real dope.
Yes. And I told him, I said, you can start the parade if you want. He's like, well, I don't know about a white guy starting the Juneteenth parade. I'm like, you can do that, bro. I said, I'm gonna have a meeting. I'll ask. I forgot to ask, though. I forgot to ask. So I'm not sure. So if anybody has a problem with that, let me know. But no, it was funny. I can't remember his name. I think his name is Scott. I want to say Scott. But yeah, it was good. It was good talking to him. D. Camillo's is supposed to give us some pizza and donuts, and it's so crazy, right? Because I've been leaving the gym, right? The first week, I'm leaving the gym, right? And what am I doing? Pulling up on Linwood, going to get me a couple donuts, right? So I finally got this donut thing beat.
And then now they want to be a sponsor.
No. Then I get a phone call like D. Camillo's because it popped up. We got to call ID on the phone. I'm like, dang, I try to get away from this crack, and then the crack man is calling me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell, I said, man, I'm trying to get away from your donuts, but you can bring some to the Juneteenth. Those chocolate custard. Oh my God.
I like the peanuts, the peanut ones.
The only one I don't like, and I warn everyone about, is that apple. I don't know what they got going on with that. So I told myself, if I go to cheat, I gotta get an apple because it'll be so nasty. Then I put this negative experience in my head instead of it being so wonderful when I go. But
that's what you want to do.
So
you know what I love from DiCamillo's? Their cheddar and broccoli pizza.
Oh yeah, they got some good. I might have to go get us. I haven't had pizza in a long time either. So we got that flag raising. Then we're gonna have a parade. Now, Niagara Falls High School band is gonna be in it.
Oh, that's dope.
The cheerleaders are gonna be in
my
it.
daughter's a cheerleader.
Oh, did she say she was gonna be in it?
She
She ain't gonna be in nothing. She don't want to be in P-Tag. Is that the same daughter, P-Tag? Man, she just don't want to be in nothing. She remind me of this one lady.
Girl. She's really, really busy.
She ain't that busy. She ain't doing nothing.
She got dance this weekend.
What was she with the CMYH people, the Hurricanes?
No, she used to do that back in the day.
See.
But she's Janet Dunstan. And Courtney was supposed to be here today. But so Janet Dunstan Dance Academy is having their
it's Pine Avenue.
Well, they used to be on Pine Avenue.
They moved.
They moved to Lewiston.
Oh, they're in Lewiston now?
Yeah, they're in Lewiston.
No wonder she's busy because look how far she got to travel now. It's just right around the corner.
Well, it was just right around her, but we ain't gonna go there. But this weekend is a dance recital.
You know my nephew Pig. The one that was in the commercials. He was like really great dancer. He was in like one of those commercials, but he used to work at the Tim Hortons. Well, anyway.
I know who you talk about, but we never called him Pig.
No, that's his nickname.
Oh, okay.
That's his family nickname.
We call him. He's doing great. You know that, right? He's like he's in plays and stuff now, and he
went to New York City, didn't he?
He dances for a company, so he's doing really
okay.
great.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
that's
really
one of the three exes, one of the three divorces.
Okay.
Yeah, so
he's doing really great anyway.
but he was a nice kid though.
He's a great kid. Absolutely.
And man, his form was just phenomenal. Oh my God, dancer. He is an amazing dancer.
So Janet Dunstan's Dance Academy, actually, there's 40-year anniversary is this weekend, and they're having 40 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they've been around for a long time. So they're having their recital this weekend.
Okay.
So my daughter's in that. And then she also has Elite Heat Cheer. So she's in that. And she also
part
has
of the
Niagara
basketball,
Falls
the elite basketball team? No, it's just elite cheer.
It's a different. So she has a lot going on. And she works at the Falls. So she has a lot going on.
All right. I'm gonna let her slide because she ain't gonna be like the lady at the meeting that we had, and every time you ask her, I ain't doing that. So what are you doing? I ain't making no chicken. Okay, I ain't gonna make no chicken. Okay, so after the parade, then we're gonna have a concert. Now, what my newspaper side has decided to gift this event, not for all Juneteenth. I'm gonna have a photo booth out there. 360. I'm putting it on the stage.
Okay.
So as these artists are performing, you're gonna have the artists in the background. I just gotta learn how to use the 360 booth. So once I figure that part out, we'll be a go.
Read them instructions.
You know how to use one? Really? No, but I'm saying, do you know how to use it, or you just got information on how to use it? I mean, I've seen the people with the remotes and.
It depends on which kind you got. There's one where they can put their phone on there.
That's the one I got.
Put their phone on there, just turn the camera on.
Oh no, but no, I got the remote control, the motor. But what I was saying was, you still have to have the software. That's how they get you now. You got to pay for the software, and you can't put that on everybody's phone. You got to have it on your phone because it only like allows 2 devices. And then you air. That's why I recently. So I'm both pictures, whatever the iPhone and the Android, because I got the iPhone now, so that I can airdrop off of this 360. Because once you go 360 booth, you don't go back. That's like
I'm so against getting the iPhone, but everybody is like, you gotta have an iPhone.
No. I only got this iPhone, and I just want y'all to know it's an iPhone dinosaur. I ain't gotta worry about nobody stealing. It's an iPhone 7.
Oh, okay.
And it's only there to do this photo booth. I ain't got to worry about nobody stealing it. And it's just there to airdrop to all of you corny iPhone users. And the reason I say corny, because Android, you got all this free stuff. Like Android, I could watch movies for free. I could anything you could download on a Fire Stick, you can download on an Android. Apple wants you to pay for everything, because I use a Mac at home because I use Final Cut to edit. But I'm getting ready to get away from Final Cut. I'm about to go to Avid, and I'm about to go to Adobe Premiere. Because you can use those on PCs and on Macs. And when you leave you're home and you got to go to school and you're doing everything on Final Cut, you know, yeah. I can't begin to tell you my horror story. So anyway, we're going to have the concert. We're going to have limited free food.
So y'all know what that means. Get there early.
Yeah, that means get there early. Get there early.
Yes, get there early.
Maybe some
I'm bringing a
hamburgers and
family
hot
out because we got
dogs.
some people coming from Alabama this weekend.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm bringing the family out. That's why I
bring
couldn't
the
be
family
in the parade because I gotta, you know.
Now I got a 3. Now it's supposed to be a 3-person photo booth, so I don't know how much family you got coming. But from Alabama, it got to be at least like 8 or 10 people.
It's about 8.
See, I know these things. You say Alabama, and you got 8 people coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So we bringing a family out.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming to the Juneteenth. I better see y'all there. Fatima Fridays will be in the building. We're really outside the building, but we'll be around. We'll be out there.
It's still the symbolic building.
Right? Absolutely.
Yeah, gotcha.
Absolutely. So it sounds like a really good time. I'm really excited about it. And I'm looking forward to it being bigger and bigger and bigger every single year.
Bigger and better. That's this year's theme.
Absolutely.
I already got next year's theme, but we're going to wait till after this year's theme is gone. But this year is bigger and better.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely that because last year it was really nice. And I appreciate the participation. But when you that's why you don't try not to get into comparing. Because when you start getting to comparing, how are we going to compete with 48 years with Buffalo?
Right.
Because I worked one of their parades, and my goodness.
I've been in one of their parades. It's beautiful.
And as a matter of fact, we are working loosely with Buffalo. We plan on keeping this relationship that we have with Buffalo. Shout out to Patrick McCray. Because we don't want to conflict with them. So,
but theirs is on Saturday, right?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
And then we're following up
Monday.
Yeah, they the appetizer, we the dessert.
Oh, okay, cool. There's also another one in Niagara Falls on Saturday.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Okay, we won't get into that.
No, we can get into that. No, but that's at the NAC. And,
it's at the NAC.
Go out and support.
Yeah, definitely support all of us. Hopefully next year, the NAC and you guys could come together.
Right, we can come together.
We don't need to.
We don't need to.
We're a small family here.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm doing this so big next year because I'm gonna have a whole year to work on this. I'm doing it so big next year. If you try to do something during that week, I feel sorry for you because unless you're gonna compete with these fireworks and these concerts and all this other stuff I got going on,
all I know is Fatima Fridays better be invited.
Oh, Fatima Fridays got a lifetime membership to whatever I'm doing. Even when we build
some hosting or something.
You can. And even when we build the Teslapolis out here, the city of Tesla, that's the next project. We're working with the Tesla Science Center down in Long Island now, and we will be bringing a standalone Teslapolis, which means City of Tesla, and that's one of the things too that I'm going to be working with the children. Is that's one of the other nonprofits that I'm working on, and that's going to put Niagara Falls on the map for real. You know what I mean?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. I really hope that comes through.
I do too.
We need some help around here. We need some sunlight and we need some brightness and we need,
some vitamin D.
Absolutely. Our children, need some brightness. We need
the thing, the entrepreneurship side of what I'm doing with West New York. The newspaper was supposed to kind of handle that, but newspaper is funny because people stopped messing with print newspaper. So by the time I figured out, because see, if you ever want to do a newspaper, I don't know who on their right mind would do this now, but the thing that slowed me up, I had the newspaper, but I didn't realize that I had to tell people who were advertising where their ad was going. Then I had to let them know where the newspaper was going to be being sold at. By the time I figured all of that out, my newspaper had said February. It was the first black newspaper, so it didn't come out until March already. I was late with it, right? And so by the time,
late than never.
Right, and I ain't listened to the man when the man said I wouldn't put the date on there. I'm putting the date on here. I ain't listen. So I ended up not being able to move the newspapers the way I wanted to. But if you are an entrepreneur and you have a product, 7-Eleven is very entrepreneur friendly. They will allow entrepreneurs to put their products in there through a certain procedure that they go through. Yeah. And so, so that's a place you can go. But the entrepreneurial side of what I'm doing is that I plan on making my books open so that children can see where things are supposed to go, like where do you put this money? Like if it's a account receivable, account payable, because when I went to accounting class, that class made me change my major. I used to be a business major.
Yeah.
And then when I found out that accounting 1 had an evil twin called accounting 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said, I got to do something else.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to go film some stuff because this ain't cool.
Math ain't no joke. I tell you that.
And we had a beautiful. I want to thank that accountant teacher because our accountant teacher, she basically gave us everything that was going to be on the test, but we switched the numbers because you just had to know the process of what you need to do, just like with algebra. And she really helped us because I remember I was failing that class. This is the first time I was ever failing a class that I was studying for. I'm studying. And then I did what my other English teacher said, which was find a study partner. Found that study partner, and I ended up pulling out with an A- in accounting after I was failing. But she gave us all kind of extra credit.
Well, that's
she
great.
Gave us, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing.
Well, Mr. Fleming, it was a pleasure having you on the show today. We really appreciate that.
Okay. It was a pleasure being here.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
We're family over here,
I know. I see Dante and I see
absolutely
Akira on the wall over there. Some friendly faces.
Absolutely. So we definitely family.
Yeah.
But you can come back anytime if you got some information. Definitely let me know. Email, fax, whatever. We don't use fax no more, but email me, Facebook me, whatever it is.
No, they are. You still use fax? They are. No, you personally don't. But yeah, it's still out there though.
Yeah,
I get it free now though. I don't even have a fax machine. Got a fax a number, a way that I can send it. But yeah,
I get it. But thank you so much for being on Fatima Fridays. Everybody go out this weekend or this Monday to the Juneteenth.
Support the Juneteenth in Buffalo.
Come out for the flag raising and the parade as well. Not just, the fun stuff as far as like the basketball game and the concerts, but actually learn something, is we're going to have a soldier there. That's big. That's big stuff.
First time.
Yeah. So come to the flag raising. It's important that we support each other. And Juneteenth is dope. If anybody is out there barbecuing, let me know. Just hit me up, MZ Nature, MZNATURE@gmail.com.
Some food.
Absolutely. Fatima Fridays will come through.
You better let me know and bring me a plate.
Absolutely. All right, guys. It was a party. It's a party, and we out.
TGIFF. Thank God it's Fatima Fridays, going down every Friday at 10 a.m. right here on Fire 716 Radio. Listen, you don't want to miss the Dear Auntie letter, the prizes, the giveaways, and the community conversation. It's lit, it's fire, it's a flame, it's off the chain with my homegirl Fatima Matthews. So lit, I had to call it Fatima Friday, so I say it again, like I said it before. TGIF.
I'm Rachel Stewart Johnson, the author of Shackled That Had Me Bound, owner of Beautiful Boss LLC, an advocate for abuse victims. At Beautiful Boss is where we take beauty personally, where we empower people and encourage them to be the beautiful boss they were created to be. Join the conversation.
Kingdom Love Outreach Ministry presents Where Are Thy Kingsmen? Men of Valor, Saturday, June 24th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 1800 Clinton Street in the city of Buffalo, New York. The visionary evangelist Angela Miller. Hosted by Pastor Bertha Brinson. Worship psalmist Nia Badger. Speakers Pastor Alan R. Core, Elder Frank Hanley, and Minister Malik Fuller. Tickets are $30. Food, gifts, prizes. For more information, contact 716-609-5988.